Welcome back. Well, she became an overnight sensation, releasing a steamy music video on YouTube that detailed her love for then presidential candidate Barack Obama. You may recall it was the scores of young voters like herself who turned out in the record numbers and helped Obama win the election. But have this girl's feelings for our country's leader cooled down a year into his term and since his State of the Union address? Well, in our New York studio to answer this question and much more is the Obama girl herself, Amber Lee Ettinger. Amber, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Now, your music video has had more than 16 million viewers on YouTube. It was first shown in 2007. You were an advocate of him during his campaign, and you even wore shirts and underwear around supporting him. He's been president for a year now. I have to ask, do you still have a crush on Obama?
I'd have to say the crush died down a little bit, but I do have to remind people the crush wasn't that kind of crush. The video we did was a comedy satire music video, and yes, I won't take it away from him. He got me and everyone else really excited by his message and his hope for change. I think he didn't give change as quickly as we're all hoping for, but I didn't lose complete faith in him.
So were you a supporter of him politically as well, or was this more just to get attention? And I mean, you mentioned it was a satire, so I imagine you had a political message.
Yes, it was. I was hired to do it, so when I got approached to do the idea 2.5 years ago, I thought it was so great. I had seen him on Oprah. I really did like him. That's why I agreed to do it. It reminded me of a Saturday Night Live skit. And when I did it, I never expected in a million years that it was going to get as big as it did.
Okay, so now you said you've been a little bit disappointed that change hasn't come soon enough. How do you feel that your expectations haven't been met? What were you looking for in the president's first year?
Well, it's hard to gauge on, what exactly he has been doing so wrong and so right. I mean, he had a lot of challenges to face, and it's only been a year, and people can look at it like, well, it's been a year, he should have done so many more things, but it's been tough. He's had a lot of challenges. I was hoping he'd focus a little bit more on jobs and the economy, and with his State of the Union address, he said that that's going to be his top priority, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he does in the coming months.
So you think he's now taking the right direction?
Yeah, I think he's going to take the right direction, and I also think he admitted to some of his faults, which is great that he stepped up to the plate on that and admitted that he may have not done everything that he promised. But I think a lot of people just hope that things were just going to come so much quicker, and I think that's why everyone's kind of giving him flack for that.
What do you think about health care? It sounds like that stalled. Was that something that mattered to you when you voted for him? Did you even vote for him? So you said you were hired to do the video.
Yes, I did.
So were you a supporter of him?
Yes, I was. I did vote for him. There was some sort of scandal that I didn't vote because I didn't vote in New York, but I voted in my home state of Pennsylvania. But yeah, I did vote for him. I would have never made over 60 videos about him if I didn't really believe in him. But as far as health care, I don't even have health care, and I know he's having a hard time communicating his health care plan to the Americans, so I'm probably the worst person to ask about that.
What do you think of it? Do you think that this bill, he should have been able to get through? Are you, what do you think of the state of it right now?
I think the state of it is that nobody really understands what he's trying to do.
What would you like to see? You said jobs. Are there other things you wanted to see him do? What was the feeling, too, coming out of his State of the Union address?
Well, everyone knows what an amazing speaker he is. He has been from day one, and he used all those great things that he said throughout his campaign in the address. So I think everyone was like, oh, yeah, we love it. His speaking is great. Now, as long as he does more talk or more action than talking, that's when we're going to see good results.
Okay. Now, I think I read you're 28 years old. A lot of young voters like yourself, like myself, not me specifically, but they voted for Barack Obama, and that was one of the reasons why he got elected. And now, obviously, his numbers have declined. Do you think that young people share your feelings or your sentiments now, those people that elected him?
Well, that's one of the greatest things about him is that he got so many young people involved. For myself personally, I came from a fashion design background, not a political one. I don't live and breathe politics, but he got me involved to the point where I was able to attend primaries and CNN YouTube debates and meet with presidents and meet with governors and just do all this amazing stuff that I never in a million years thought would happen. So for me, it opened the doors for me to learn as much as I possibly can, and I was so inspired by him. So I think that's what he did to so many other young people, and if he got so many people to vote, that's just a great step, point blank, right there.
Really quickly, let's show a quick clip of that video that got you that attention.
'cause I got a crush on Obama. Can't wait till 2008. Baby, you're the best candidate. I like it when you get hot on Hillary in debate. Won't you pick up your phone? 'Cause I got a
And Amber, really quickly, I just have to ask to put it in your own words, okay, so you aren't as big of a fan of the president's political policies in his first year, but as you said in your video, would you still Barack Obama?
I gave him a B-. I think that's a pretty good score. I can't sing and dance and have a crush on him for the rest of my life. That's all I know.
All right, well, sounds like you're moving on. Thanks so much.
Thank you.